Alright, so Evo 2026 just finished up, and as we all knew, we got Marvel Tokon news. So you already know we need to talk about the Samurai Outriders. This is probably my favorite team that's got revealed so far. I can't even lie to you. Blade, Loki, and Deadpool alongside Ghost Rider. Tell me that don't just sound tough. We gonna hop straight in and first and foremost talk about that man Blade. His first appearance ever in a Marvel fighting game, and I can't even tell you how much Arc System cooked with this reveal. He looks amazing. His visual design, how he's moving with the swords, the teleport dashes, the black on red silhouettes they hitting. Yeah, the Arc System, when it comes to the visuals, we already know they cooking. Now in this game, Blade is using the Muramasa sword. He just finished up his training in Japan. He's a lot more stronger physically and mentally, and they describe him as having a very aggressive gameplay style while utilizing a variety of different weapons. Obviously Muramasa, his machine guns, he has glaives and stakes. Now the cool thing about his stakes is that they're tied to his unique ability called Heartstopper, which allows him to throw the stakes, closing the distance between him and his opponents and teleporting in, and it also buffs his sword as well. Obviously, as you can see in the gameplay, once he throws the stakes and the stakes hit, Muramasa glows red. Now what that red glow does is basically enhance all of Blade's sword based skills. I don't know if that really counts with his normal or just the special moves, but I guess that's something we're gonna have to see in future gameplay breakdown videos they drop. But so far this character is looking super sick. He has a lot of remnants of Virgil from Marvel 3 because he does have a similar rapid slash animation just like Virgil. But if I were to pick the two biggest characters he reminds me of the most, it's definitely Spectre and Hitman from DNF Duel. I'm seeing like if those two characters did a fusion, it would be him. Obviously he has the swords and the guns and similar sword animations to Hitman, but how he teleports in and gets in on his opponent with the stakes is very similar to how Spectre was moving when it came to her wire dagger that she would use to zip in and finish combos and do a lot of cool stuff on the screen. But if you know anything about me and the type of characters I usually play when it comes to a lot of these anime games, the speedy, tricky sword style characters, Blade is right up my alley when it comes to that, and I love it. I can't wait to play this character, and lucky for me, he's going to be in the beta that's coming at the end of July. So you already know where to come for the Blade gameplay. But I mentioned tricky earlier, and who better to talk about when it comes to tricks than the god of mischief himself, Loki. Now I'm not gonna lie, this was the craziest pull to me. I was not expecting them to put Loki on Ghost Rider's team. I don't think anybody was. This was definitely the throw off pick, but I'm not mad at it because Loki looks sick. Now obviously with him being Loki, they describe him as a character that excels at using trickery in his combat, incorporating feints and counters, using illusions, and he also has projectiles that use ice and magic, obviously from his history of being related to ice giants and his illusionary magic. All that combined with clever use of erratic movements to constantly confuse opponents. This is probably the best form that you would ever see Loki in a fighting game, and I think Arxis did an amazing job. He has a lot of feints and counters to basically frustrate his opponents and catch them lacking off guard or catch them doing things they're probably not supposed to be doing on screen against him. But his downside is if you do get past the tricks, he is very punishable. So it's seeming like he's gonna have some risk to him with him doing a lot of the feints and the counters. It's not gonna be free to throw out there, but it's most likely gonna work out in his favor more often than not if you're smart about how you use him. I think that's probably the best way you could go about it. I didn't even know what to expect when it came to Loki being in a fighting game. He has different angle teleports he could use from the air to the ground. He could probably set up some ice traps, you know, whatever he could do. I'm here for it. His animations look sick, and I can't wait to see how he fully comes about in the full game. And last but certainly not least, we have everybody's favorite merc with the mouth, Deadpool. I did have Deadpool in my prediction video, but I didn't put him on the final team because I'm not gonna lie, I thought this would be a character they would have saved for DLC. And if you see how they made him, it would have made perfect sense for him to be DLC as well. This character looks absolutely insane, which ironic because it's Deadpool, right? They describe him as having a very reckless combat nature due to him being empowered by his healing factor, so he's able to go crazy and not really worry about the consequences. He uses guns, grenades, and swords along with high-risk techniques that involve taking a lot of damage to himself. So it sounds like he's going to be doing damage to himself. As you can see, he has a Yoshimitsu reference in the game where he stabs himself. As you can see, he has a lot of references to other games as well, because for some reason, they said that he has a strategy guide that he got from breaking the fourth wall, which grants him access to multiple different fighting game moves throughout fighting game history as a whole, which I don't know how Arc System incorporated every single aspect and reference in this character, but they somehow did. They cooked to an insane degree. I'm talking, he has Johnny Cage Nut Punch, he has Dr. Doom Foot Dive, he has Roman Cancel animation, and the list goes on. I promise you, if you look up on Twitter, you'll probably see all the references he has. I'm talking Blaze Blue, Guilty Gear, Street Fighter, Mortal Kombat. Like it's insane. It's actually crazy. Making Deadpool the love letter to fighting games in this type of game is probably the best thing you could do, because if you compare him to his Marvel 3 counterpart, his Marvel 3 counterpart was very 2010 meme coded. So them making him like a Gen Z meme machine, but also homaging to all fighting games of the past that brought them to this point, I think is probably the best they could do. I don't even know how you could hate on a character like this in a fighting game. He just looks sick. So I'm super happy. With all that being said, you guys can let me know how you guys feel about this character reveal in the comment section down below. This might be my favorite team they revealed in the entire game so far. And at this point, I actually have characters to make my team to the point where I don't even know who's going to be on the final four. We gonna have to figure that out. But if you want to see who actually ends up being on my team, make sure to hit that subscribe button down below. Comment down below who might be on your team. With all that being said, that's going to be it from me. As always, thank you guys for checking out the video. I hope you guys did enjoy, and I will catch y'all in the next one. So, boy.